Hey, what's up, world? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
Good to have you back, my friend. It's that third night in a row, bro. We just had another movie screener. Shout out again to our friends over at Grand Shucket. Definitely gonna leave the link to their website in the description below, and stick around to the end of the video. So you can hear a little bit about them. They're pretty dope. All right. So today's screener was for The Northman.
Mm-hmm.
Brought to us by director Robert Eggers, who is... I don't know if you've seen these movies, but he made some pretty good movies. One of them was The Witch, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, who was also in this movie. And the other one was The Lighthouse, which, when I saw it, that's when I first thought Robert Pattinson could be a good Batman. That one starred Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, and they were just... It was kind of creepy. They were taking care of a lighthouse. You should check that out.
Two movies that I have seen the trailers for, never watched them.
Okay. So now we have The Northman. It has an all-star cast. We have, Alexander Skarsgard, Anya Taylor-Joy, Willem Dafoe makes an appearance, Ethan Hawke, Nicole Kidman. And it tells the story of a young man in Iceland, a Norwegian young man. He believes in the Norse gods. But anyway, a young prince in Iceland who, as a child, witnesses his father get murdered by his uncle, and therefore swears revenge. So he goes away, grows up, and comes back for his revenge, just like the Lion King. But yeah, man. So just getting right into it. So this movie, it's funny. This movie is something where I don't think you can. Like, you have to watch this movie and then think about it afterwards to think about how you feel about it. It's when we were coming out the theater, I heard someone say, they thought it was weird. And I get that. It is kind of a weird movie. I don't really know who it was made for, because it's somewhat art house on one hand. But on the other hand, it is, does have, action elements.
Yeah.
I don't think it's art housey enough for, the Oscars crowd, but it's definitely not action heavy enough for, the people who love, their superheroes. The average Joe.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of, this is a movie that definitely... Well, let me talk about what I like. I liked, Alexander Skarsgård, the prince, when he grows up, his name is Amleth. I liked him. I think after he's an adult, every scene in the movie he is in. And he did a good job. Literally all he cares about is revenge. And he did a good job portraying that.
It's in the movie.
Yeah.
He's the movie.
He is the whole movie. I like that. I think that while I do have issues with pacing in this movie, I think once the third act starts, and he actually I think the third act's called something like The Nightblade or something like that. It's the part when he actually decides to take his revenge and he goes out killing people. Once that starts, I believe that's where the movie starts. Once that happens, I was like, okay, I sat up in my seat.
Totally agree.
I liked that part of the movie a lot. And I think that's pretty... I mean, the other actors were fine. No actor really stood out to me as being bad. But I think that's it. I think that's really what I liked. So what I disliked, it's this movie, let's say it's action for one thing. It's a little weird. I don't know if you noticed this, but when it gets brutal, it can be brutal. Someone headbutting someone to death, literally, or cutting off limbs and hanging them. Yeah. But when they're showing the action in live, it's weird. It's they don't actually want to show the blood when someone's neck gets slit or someone's arm gets cut.
They cut away.
Yeah, it's PG-13, but you're fine showing decapitated bodies and entrails hanging out.
Sword going through somebody's head.
Yeah,
slowly.
But so the action was it was inconsistent. Something I noticed. Also, there's a lot of like I said, it's art house. There's a lot of I don't know another word to say this, other than mysticism. He believes in
dreams.
Yeah, he believes in the Norse gods. So he has all these visions. Odin comes and visits him, or a Valkyrie with braces takes him up to heaven for some reason.
Why the fuck?
Yeah, why she had braces? I don't know.
That bothered me so much.
Or he'll visualize himself like fighting a demon in the movie, and this is definitely a movie that shows more than like, it shows more than it tells. Meaning like you have to watch it with like out any dialogue explaining what's happening. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the scene, you have to actually decipher whether or not this actually happened or not. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people are gonna like that. I know just for me, it wasn't really my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was able to sit through it. I mean, the movie's only 2 hours long. I do think it dragged on a little too long, but I mean, if it were 3 hours, I would have a big problem with this movie. But the fact that they kept it within 2 hours, I was okay with it. Yeah. I was okay with it.
It was like the original cut was like 5.
Right. So, I mean, that's it. I just think the pacing was a little too much. It was a little too... It was like it didn't commit to either artsy or action heavy. So it was a little inconsistent there. And I think those are my main complaints with it. What about you, bro?
I mean, start off with my likes. And like I enjoyed it. It is what it is. It's something, and
definitely a slow burn.
Yeah, and this is something I would just sit down and watch by myself. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I would even recommend most moviegoers to go see. But that doesn't mean it's bad.
I agree.
And I gotta preface that, like, I don't want to say that it's a bad movie. It's just like
it has a niche audience.
Yeah, and I like artsy stuff like this. It definitely, like, I'm watching it and I was like, man, this just feels like Sundance. It feels like an extended Sundance 30-minute film that was probably edited to 5 hours, and they were like, we can't put that in the theater, and then they pushed it back to 2 just to please whoever produced it. Right. And again, I'm still talking about the good. I feel like, hey, you got a lot. You got this guy's story. I was committed. I was there with him. I wanted him to succeed. Mm-hmm. It's like we were there. We were on this little journey. Yeah, the fever dreams are weird, but yeah, it honestly, like, it reminded me so heavily of the new Assassin's Creed.
I was about to say that's something I forgot. A lot of this. I wanted to whisper this to you. Yeah. This movie, it seemed like a video game. Yeah. Like, there are a lot of points in it where I was like, you know what? I could see this being a video game. Literally. Not a lot of talking, just, you sneaking up on people and killing them. Yeah. And, a lot of it happening at night. It was crazy.
It was legit. I mean, with the last Assassin's Creed, they did a lot of research. Yeah. A lot of research, y'all. Like, yeah. It is... Whatever we know of history, that is what it's correct. Apparently, we don't really know what happened, but whatever. And that's how it felt. The weapons, all that, but the fighting, like you mentioned, it felt like a video game. Like parrying, slicing, mm-hmm. going to the next character. Yeah. The camera's panning around objects the entire time. So like it. I'm glad you didn't say it, because that just made for great content. Yeah, it felt like a video game, but maybe that's why I enjoyed it. But it was a little long. There was scenes in certain parts where I'm just like, I'm good. Like I get it. I get that you traveled. I get that you're a slave. I don't need another scene showing that.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think they spent scenes lingered a little too long.
And there was like. They mixed a lot of languages up too, so like certain dialogue they would say something and I'm just like, what does that mean? Like I got a little lost on certain things, and they were mixing it up. But then you would get subtitles, and sometimes. Yeah, sometimes, and then you're like, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. Is that something bad about to happen? Is something good about to happen? I guess I'll go. That's my good. I mean, those why I started going into my bad. And then the ending was, again, you have to listen. So I feel like this is a movie that I had to watch again, because his fate was already laid out. And so maybe they said it.
Mm-hmm. No, I think, okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think they said what was supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah. He did say that when he was talking to his mother.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, well, I mean, I knew that he knew he was going to fight, and we knew where it was going to be because they kept showing the volcano.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Minor spoiler. There's a volcano.
There's a volcano in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like to try not to like ruin anything for anybody, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like you got to pay attention. And then the beginning of the movie was really blurry for me. I don't know if it was blurry for you. I don't know if they put like a filter on it, but it felt like the movie cleared up once he became an adult.
Really?
Yeah. I like it looked old and grainy to me.
I didn't notice.
And then as soon as they switched over to him as an adult on that boat, that's when the movie looked like a new movie.
Maybe an article will come out and say that was an artistic choice or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Valkyrie with braces.
Yeah, that was gross. Something else I just feel I want to mention. Like, I think you said, like, when he was a child, I mean, the movie definitely showed, I guess it showed why he wanted his revenge. His relationship with his father was important. Mm-hmm. I do think that took a little long. Like, the point I'm talking about where I think the movie started when he enacts his revenge, I think that's like a good hour into the movie.
Oh, yeah. And that's when I was like, oh, cool, we're getting close to the end.
Right.
Like, after the first night. And then it's like, oh, we're not. We're nowhere near.
Not close to the end yet. And then this movie is a very dark movie. And not even like, I'm not talking figuratively. No, I mean literally. It's dark. Like, I feel like because it was, and it had to be an artistic choice because it's in like the year 800 and something. Yeah. I think they used natural lighting in every shot. So if there was a fire lighting the room, that's the only light in the room. Yeah. Daytime was a little better, but there's a lot at nighttime where he's moving and it's not very well lit.
And it doesn't work well with traditional projectors.
Yeah. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
It didn't really work like in our theater. Maybe if we saw it in Dolby.
It probably
in our standard definition theater, it was noticeable, or I was like, man, I can't really tell what's happening.
No.
Like, there's a scene where he's like howling with wolves or something, and I was like, I actually didn't even know which one he was. To be honest with you,
it finally like this like pans through, and all the dogs are going, and then you're like, oh yeah, he's there, and you're like, okay, I remember that scene vividly. It's anytime it's dark, the problem with it is just like with projectors in your house, you cannot get blacks. You can't get dark black. You cannot get true blacks. Yeah. So you got like this fuzzy, light gray, blue tone.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a real black.
No. So.
Yeah. That's it though. But I mean, in the end, like you said, this isn't a movie for everyone. I can't imagine it'll make a lot of money. No. And unfortunately, unlike his previous two movies, I don't know if this director's directed a movie that's like Oscar bait with this one. No. So I think we have to change our scale, man. Like, because I'm being given a lot of 3s.
But I've been given a lot of 3s too.
We might have to go up to 10s because like all 3s are not created the same. No. Seriously. Like, because this is a 3, but I gave Fantastic Beasts a 3. I think this movie has strengths that Fantastic Beasts does not have.
Okay.
And I gave Ambulance a 3, and I thought Ambulance was fantastic. I was excited the whole movie. But, I mean, all to say...
Yeah, but it is all about... These are different genres.
Yeah, different genres. But I'm going to give this one a 3 out of
5. I again, so this is 3 in a row. This last one wasn't 3 in a row. Officially, 3 in a row. 3 Small Couch Review scored.
Yeah, it's a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to change this out of 10. We'll let you guys know. All right, guys. Oops. I do not want to mess up our new Small Couch. All right, anyways, the Northman comes out this weekend. Are you guys excited to see it? Have you seen it? Maybe you were in the theater with us. Let us know what you think in the comments below once you do see it.
Gasped at the most not crazy part of the whole movie.
Yeah, non-gasp-worthy part. Great. All right. Yeah. But yo, guys. Oh, also, again, see, I'm not good at this. I keep forgetting. If you like what you see, please go ahead. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to be more confident with this. We just like talking, but we've discovered that without a certain number of subscribers, we kind of can't do a lot of things we want to do on YouTube. So it would help us out. Definitely appreciate it, guys. And until next time, we out. shout out to our friends over at The Grand Shuck It. They really do hold it down, and if you don't know who they are, you will definitely want to. So go check out their website at thegrandshuckit.com. There you will find all you will ever need in the world of anime, manga, TV shows, movies, books, comic books, video games. They have it all in one nice, simple, consolidated space. They post written reviews on all that stuff, and they have several hundred episodes of podcasts that are, quite frankly, hilarious. So go ahead, check out their website. Again, thegrandshuckit.com, and also give them a follow on Twitter. That way you will never not be in the know.